Welcome to Crafty Chemist Designs. Today I have a great project for you. But first, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so that you are alerted every time I drop a new video. On to the project. This video is part of a monthly card making hop hosted by Valley Oak Paper. Celebrating friendship is the theme for February 2025. Find more inspiration in the videos linked in the description. I chose to do this Kinetic spinner card because I know my friends, my Valentines, love action cards, love Kinetic cards, and this one is for them. Today I'm going to show you how to make this Kinetic spinner card. Okay, let me show you how it works. We're going to kind of twist this. Now when somebody opens the card, this center part is going to spin. Isn't that cool? So it's a nice surprise. You put it in the envelope, they pull it out, and it will start to spin. One more time. Isn't that cute? Okay, so stay tuned for the directions. Okay, first we are going to make the card base, and I'm using this Flirty Flamingo 8.5 by 11 sheet. And I'm just going to cut it at 5.5. I'll use the other side to make another card. And then I will score it at 4.25 along the 8.5 inch side. And then it's folded in half and burnish the edges so that it will lay somewhat flat. Okay, now I have to decide on what paper I want to use for the card front, and I think I'm going to use this paper. It has some design on it, but it is a little bit subtle. It's a subtle design. So I'm going to cut this at 4 by 5.25. Leave a little bit of edge so you can see the Flirty Flamingo. And this is from the Hearts of Elegance paper. Okay, so let's cut this at 4. The one that has this gold foiled marbled background on the back. 4 by 5.25. That's going to be my card front. Okay, now I'm not going to glue it down right now because I will need to do something between the layers first. But you want to sort of place it in the place so you can see there's a 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of washi tape to hold it in place. You want to use something that's not permanent. I'm going to put it sort of like that and like this. And what I'm going to do is cut a shape out of the middle. You can use a circle, which is more typical, or say an oval. But I'm going to try, since the Hearts of Elegance stamp and die set bundle comes with all of these different size hearts, I think I'm going to try to cut a heart in the middle. Okay, but if you don't have this set, you could cut a circle. So let me get my stamp cut and emboss machine. Okay, and I'm going to lay this down. However, you want to have it opened up because we don't want to cut the back side of the card. We just want to cut the card front. So I'm going to put it in like this. I need to make sure I've got my layer 3 down. And this is a brand new stamp cut and emboss machine. Okay, so I'm going to put the number 3 down, take my die that I'm going to use and center it left to right on just the card front. And I'm not centering it all the way down. It's going to be a little bit closer to the top than to the bottom. And then I'm going to run this through, put the number 3 plate on the top and run this through. This is actually my first time using this machine, so let's see how we like it. Wow, that was so smooth. And so nice and easy. Okay, so now you can see it cut through both layers. Let me move my machine. Cut through both layers, which is nice, but not the card back. Now we can remove the washi tape. Okay, the washi tape did stick a little bit to the cardstock, so that washi tape must be pretty sticky, so I think I would rub it on my arm a couple times before I used it. But it's perfectly fine. But the point is, you can see how it cut through both layers and everything is still centered. So you want to make sure that you do this, you cut this at the same time so that you know that your card front is centered onto the card base. Okay, now what I want to do is cut out a heart for the inside. Let's put this in here. This one would be pretty. I don't know if it's small enough. Let's see. Put this here. Oh, I think that might work. And I already have one cut. I've got a gold one and this one cut. But let's cut it. Let's use this one because I wanted to use this marbled paper with the gold flecks on it. And I wanted to use a piece that had both the Flirty Flamingo and this Melon Mambo here. So I think I'm going to use this one to cut it out, because then it ties in both of those choices of paper. So get my cutting machine back out. Put this down. I'm going to center it. I'm going to center it so I can get the maximum gold foil, but also include the Flirty Flamingo and the Melon Mambo color. Okay. This machine is really, really smooth. Okay, so now we can start to put this together. We're going to put this in here, and I'm hoping that it's going to be able to flip back and forth. Oh, we need a second one. I forgot about this. We need something for the back. I mean, we could use this, but we want the back to be the same. So if you choose a shape that is not symmetric, you might have to use like the back of the stamp or do some kind of, you know, the stamp kissing where you get the reverse image so that they match up when you glue them together. Or you could just pick a shape that's symmetric to make your life easier. Okay. So let me show you how we're going to put this together. Got my two pieces here. Let me put this back into here. So what you need is a piece of twine or something. It would be really nice if you had some kind of clear, almost like fishing line, so you don't see it. But I'm going to use this gold thread. This is gold twisted thread, and it comes with this kit. And I think it would be okay because I've got the gold flecks in here. So I think it's going to be perfectly fine. So here's the plan. This is going to go here. And this is why you couldn't glue the card front down before you put it through the die cutting machine. Because what we're going to do is put our gold thread like this, and I'm just using the scrap that I have, and I'm cutting some tear and tape, double-sided tape, and I'm going to put it right like this. Let me cut this little end piece off. Maybe a little bit more. I don't want it to accidentally show through. Okay, so that's pretty glued down. I really want it to be right there in the center. So I'm going to stick this part down too. Okay, and then I'll start with this piece. I'm going to put a little bit of the tear and tape right down the center of this heart. Take the backing off, put it underneath here, center up the heart, pull your twine down so that it's nice and taut. Make sure that the heart's in the place, or whatever shape you have is in the place, and you want the string to be coming right down the center, and then I'm going to tape it down. Okay, so see, now it's stuck down there. Okay, that's good. Now let's get some glue. Put it on here, because we're going to glue the backing on. I'm going to put a little bit on here too. And then when you glue these together, make sure that you get it nice and even so you don't see the other piece, you know, on the other side. And but still make sure that this is going right down the middle. Okay, so now you see it's glued down nicely on both sides. Okay, and now you want to pull this taut, and what we're going to do is tape the bottom part. Nice and taut, right in the center. Okay, now we take this bottom cover off. Okay, and then cut this. There we go. Okay, and now this is going to go on top of here. So let me glue this, put a little bit of glue around the corners, around the edges, and then kind of around the heart. And then we want to center it, center the heart, like you exactly how it was when you cut it. Okay, now while this dries, let's cut something for the inside. I'm going to take a piece of basic white and cut it 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment before I place it, just so that can dry a little bit. And I'm going to use the Happy Valentine's Day. I need to get a stamping block. Okay. Use Memento Tuxedo Black. Okay, one thing before I stamp it, let's look at where it's going to go. I think I'm going to stamp it down here. Or we could stamp it if it were small enough, but I don't think it is. We could stamp it so it shows up behind, but let's just stamp it down here. That way it doesn't show. And we can make some decorations up here. You know what I think I'm going to do is, let's stamp some of the roses. In the corner, up around the top, I think. I think if we put the stamp here, let's see, will we see it? You still see it. So we need to kind of put it off on the corners. Let me get a scrap paper. Okay. And I will use Poppy Parade. Poppy Parade is one of the colors in here, I believe. So let me take this off. Put this away. We just want to give it a little bit of something towards the top so it doesn't look like, you know, the whole thing is blank. Or you could choose, especially if you do something like a circle or a square or an oval, you don't have to put it up at the top. You can cut out the shape, you know, towards the bottom, towards the side, whatever you want. Okay, let's see if that will be okay. We'll do one there and then one on the other side. Okay. And then I think the leaves, I will use shaded spruce, I guess. It looks about the color of a rose leaf. I could have done this in pink, I guess, Flirty Flamingo. Okay, and then we'll do the other one. Okay. Now let's attach this. And if we want, we could put a heart in the middle. Let's we'll see where the bigger heart lands once we adhere this. And if I think there's room, we could put a heart there. In fact, I'll get it out just in case. We might be able to stick it here so you don't see it when you have the other heart on there. Okay, so let's adhere this to the card base. Still a little bit of room to sign down here. Okay. Okay, so I wanted to put something here too. Let's stamp okay, I was thinking sending lots of love, because you can send that to your Valentine, can't you? You can send lots of love to your Valentine. It's better than be mine. Oops. Let's do it this way. Okay, and I'm going to put it right in the center here, because I think I'm going to make a banner out of it, because there's not a lot of space underneath for that to go. Okay, let's see if I can cut it pretty close to the bottom of the words. Ooh, that was pretty close. Let's see if I can cut this one a little bit closer. Okay. Now let's dovetail the ends. Okay. I want to pop that up. So I'll use my Stampin' Dimensionals. And pop it up. Okay, and center it here. Okay, and you can see it. You can't see the roses there, so that's good. Now here's how this works. What you do is you take whatever you put here in the center, and we're going to twist it up like this. several times in one direction, and then you put it in the envelope. Okay, and then when they pull it out and open it up, do you see how that flipped around? Let's try it one more time. I'm gonna spin it, tighten it up like this several times so it's very taut. Okay, now when I open it up, it's going to spin. You see how it's fun? Isn't that fun? So fun. Okay, let's see. Will this fit? Okay, this will fit underneath it. So let's try this. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of a mark here, here, there, and there, so I kind of know what my guidelines are. Okay, and I think I'm going to use, I don't have 30 Flamingo with the Stampin' Up! Colors, but I have Flamingo close to my heart. So I think this should be good enough. I could use the Poppy Parade, but there we go. That's nice. And now I'm just going to erase real easily those pencil marks I made using my Statler white eraser. There you go. So you can see with that closed, you don't see it. But then it gives a little bit, it's not like you, doesn't look like you accidentally put the Happy Valentine's Day down there. It looks kind of more purposeful. Okay, so one more time. Let me show you. Just twist several times and then stick it into your envelope. And then when they pull it out of the envelope and open it up, you get the spinning. And it still looks good, you know, when it's closed down. Isn't that cute? Okay, that's how you make a Kinetic spinner card. I hope you enjoyed the project. The products seen in the video can be purchased at my website, thecraftychemist.stampinup.net. I have a Facebook group, Crafty Chemist Designs, where I go live and do demos every Sunday. I also have a Facebook VIP group, The Crafty Chemist Presents Stampin' Up! Find me on Instagram at Crafty Chemist Designs, TikTok at Crafty Chemist Designs, YouTube at Crafty Chemist Designs, and my blog, periodicallycrafty.blogspot.com.